Hey folks, welcome you all to a new video. This is CA Ganesh Bharadwaj. In this video, I am going to share with you all the one day before exam strategy for your paper 4 cost and management accounting for your September 2025 exams. Now, irrespective of your level of preparation as of now, as at the second that you're watching this video, now I am going to share with you all a time tested strategy which has worked out really well for many students in the past few attempts. Now guys, and I'm going to prove you all that it is 100% achievable to score an exemption in your upcoming exams. So right now I'm recording this video on the 9th of September. So your costing exam is day after tomorrow. It's happening on the 11th of September. So this 1.5 days, how do you make the maximum use of it? What are all the priority of chapters that you need to give importance? The most important thing that I want to share with you all is that which chapter you should start with and what is the time you can allocate for the chapter. How do you revise? All these details I will be sharing in this video. So make sure that you watch this video till the end so that you make the best use of this limited time of 1.5 days. And trust me guys, it is super sufficient. This 1.5 days is super sufficient to crack and prepare for your costing exam. Now guys, this is going to be the lineup of chapters that you need to revise in the same order. Now this is in line with the 3/4 strategy or the exemption strategy video which I uploaded a few days back. Now guys, I call this as the defense plus attack strategy. For those who have not watched my earlier videos, I call this as the defense plus attack strategy. Once again guys, this has proved to be useful and time tested by many students before. Now what is this? Let's say in a game of cricket, right? Any top players, what they will do, let's say they have scored about 95, 96 runs. They are in their 90s. They are about to score a century. They will play very carefully to defend their wicket. They will not go on an attack mode. They will not hit for a six and all. They will try to score singles and doubles. Make sure that they cross this 100 mark. Once they cross the 100 mark, they have nothing to lose right now. They will swing their bat, and now if it goes for a six, it's fine. Else, it's out. It's absolutely no problem because they've achieved what they wanted for. Now, let's use the same strategy in your exam. In our exam, scoring the first 40 marks, that is going to be the threshold for anyone. Even if you want to score a rank, first focus on the 40 marks. How am I going to score this first 40 marks? Once you have sealed the spot, try to score the next 20 marks. Once you score the next 20 marks, exemption is guaranteed. You need not touch this paper again for a lifetime, right? And now on, whatever you score extra, this is going to be a bonus. This is how you build up and try to score the maximum amount of mark that you want to score in your exams. Now guys, first you give priority and try to complete this cost sheet chapter. This chapter carries a weightage of around 8 marks, right? Now in this chapter, max, what is there guys? Format of cost sheet, right? Then valuation of stock, maybe using FIFO weighted average stock valuation, and opening stock is there. So you have this valuation issues. Then you also have questions regarding your multi-product cost sheet. Recall our Kaju Katli example and all I told you during our classes. These are the different varieties of problem. And one more variety is reconstruction of incomplete cost sheet, missing figures. That's about it, right? This chapter, that's about it. So complete this chapter, take about 1.5 hours time. This is all it will take. I will come to this timing of this chapter, like how long it should take. I will come to that later. So cost sheet, it carries a weightage of about 8 marks. Overheads and ABC, literally speaking, ABC is an extension of overheads. Put together, it contributes roughly about 14 marks, right? Then go to marginal costing, it covers about 10 marks. Then standard costing, it covers about 8 marks. Now, these 4 chapters, okay, ABC is also chapter. These 4-5 chapters put together, it covers about 40 mark weightage. Now, guys, first to give priority, complete these chapters, these 4-5 chapters you completed. Now, tell me, guys, first you will cover the 40 mark component. Now, you will have some level of confidence. Yes, at least my basic thing is taken care of. Now, move on to the next few chapters. Process costing, service costing, material cost. These 3 chapters put together cover your about 20 mark weightage. Now your exemption is sorted now. from now on, whatever you're going to score is going to be your bonus, right? Then go on to your budgeting chapter, right? It covers roughly about 8 marks. And then additionally, for this attempt, most importantly, also cover employee cost. Roughly about 8 marks is what I'm expecting. It can be somewhere around that. Could be slightly less or slightly more, but definitely try to cover employee cost chapter also. Now guys, this should be the lineup of your coverage. Roughly about 68 plus 8, around 75 marks comes from these chapters. Sir, are you asking us to omit the remaining chapter? That's not what I'm trying to say. Give priority to these chapters. Try to cover these chapter first. Then if you have the extra time, focus on the remaining chapters. Clear with this, guys? This should be your mindset. And of course, for this attempt, I have made one exclusive theory video as well, a theory marathon, roughly about 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours is a theory marathon. I will be uploading it shortly, right? So it will be available on our channel. This will also be available. Now, this theory definitely carries a weightage of 14 marks. That is your last question, right? Question number 6, suppose, right? So last question, another theory component also you can take care of it. Once you finish this, that is still these 9-10 chapters plus theory, then go on to the remaining chapter based on your time availability. Now guys, for cost sheet, you can take 1.5 hours. That's all it will take. I told you what are all there in this chapter. Overheads and ABC put together, this is for revision. Max, it will take about 2 hours. In overheads, what do you have? Your primary distribution, secondary distribution. Then you have comprehensive sums, primary distribution plus secondary and absorption. Then you have under or over absorption, treatment of that. Then you have machine hour rate problems and a few more areas. That's about it. So please have this library of adjustment. If you have attended my regular course or my EVO, your exam oriented batch, then I would have dictated library of adjustments. If you're having it along with you, trust me, it will not even take the hours which I have mentioned here, right? Cost sheet and all, in less than 1 hour you can finish. If you're having the library of adjustment, overheads and ABC put together will take about 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes. That's all. If you're following the library of adjustments, provided you watch the lectures properly, even if not max, this is the time that you can take on these chapters. Guys, trust me, it's not that difficult, right? Then move on to marginal costing. In marginal costing, there are multiple concepts, small areas are there. That's why I have kept 2 hours here, right? Then standard costing can take 1 hour. Process costing about 1.5 hours. Process costing, first of all, revise the process, that is the 4-step procedure. When do you use statement of equivalent units? Statement of equivalent units is nothing but the denominator computation. Quickly revisit the concepts. Certain sums I've marked as important in all the chapters, right? Give priority on that whenever you're doing a particular chapter. The remaining chapters, comprehensive sums I would have marked out. Use our solved question bank, and that's about it. All the formats are clearly mentioned in our concept decoder book itself. That's about it, guys. Then move on to service costing chapter. Then your material cost 1 hour. Then budgeting 1 hour. That's about it. And even your employee cost, you can take about 1 hour. Guys, overall, to cover this area, right? These 9 areas, 9 chapters which I've mentioned here, overall, it will take about 12 hours, right? Plus theory, I will be uploading a theory marathon video for approximately 1.5 hours. This carries a weightage of solid about 14 marks in your exam. Now, this 12 hours, sir, how do I cover it? Simple. Now, today, 9th of September, that is your tax paper is over. Now, you come home, max by around 7 o'clock, you start to prepare. You start preparing for your, the costing paper, or max 7:30-ish, you can just start preparing for your costing paper. Now, today, right, that is on the day of tax paper, try to clock at least 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. Try to finish this first 2 areas. Cost sheet, overhead, ABC alone. Try to complete it by tonight itself, right? Once you finish it, you go to bed, right? Tomorrow, that is the day before your exam, right? So that is on the 10th of September, you wake up in the morning, right? Max by around 6 o'clock, you start your preparation. 6 o'clock, you start your preparation. So out of 12 hours, now remaining, you need to complete roughly about, let us say 9 hours, 8.5. I am keeping it as 9 hours conservatively. Let us add some more half an hour here. 9 hours you need to cover. So 6 a.m. you start your preparation, right? Now, it takes overall 9 hours to cover these areas. No problem at all. So including lunch break and other break, max try to cover everything by 5 p.m. Try to cover everything, all these things. First start with marginal costing tomorrow, 2 hours. Then standard costing, 1 hour. Process costing, 1.5 hours. Service costing, 1 hour. Your material cost, 1 hour. Budget, 1 hour. Employee cost, 1 hour. Right? In between, based on your requirement, you take a break. So ideally, 9 hours means 6 a.m. plus 9 hours. Max by 3 p.m. you can finish. I am giving a cushion of 2 hours for your break, and maybe certain chapters you might take some extra time. Max by 5 p.m. the day before your exam, you would have covered about 75 marks, roughly 68 plus 8, roughly about 75 marks you would have covered, right? In between, suppose you feel, sir, too much of numerical problem. Anyways, shortly I will be uploading a theory marathon for costing in just about 1.5 hours, right? Condensed, only important areas for theory. I'm just coming up with a video that will take a total of about 1.5 hours. So max by the next day, 6 p.m. roughly 6:30 p.m. you would have covered even the theory component as well, and that's about it, right? Whatever is the remaining time, you can utilize it for revising certain other chapters which are actually the second priority chapters. You can just use it, as simple as that, guys. Now you tell me, is it difficult for you to score an exemption? Do not have this fear at all, because in my past experience, half the students fail even before they enter the exam hall because of the fear of failure. Just go and face it head on and follow this defense and attack strategy, and I'm sure you are going to rock it in your exam, right? So on that note, I'm signing off in this video. I will meet you all in CA final. Bye-bye.